Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking today's Greta D. Rose report. We're off and running. Hey, today would have been the birthday of WWF co-founder Toots Monk. Would have been 118 years old. Just to start off a little FYI, on this day, the world of wrestling lost two personalities. First, in 2003, Hall of Famer, the original Sheik, not Iron Sheik. He died at the age of 76. I'll get through this real quick. Interestingly, in 1992, he was working a fire death match. The ring ropes were replaced with flaming barbed wire. And I don't know how in the world they did that, but, kept it going. But anyway, he was with Sabu, and he was against Atsui Inoue and Tarzan Goto, or Gato, whatever you want to call him. Anyway, he suffered such severe burns that he fell into a coma. And fortunately, though, he recovered from that, but he quickly wound down his career. Wrestling his final match in 1998, he retired to his Michigan estate, where he died of a heart failure. And 4 years after his death, Rob Van Dam and Sabu inducted him into the WWE Hall of Fame. Secondly, in 2005, WWF and JCP performer Pez Whatley, he died at the age of only 54 years old. He worked regularly in Japan's UWFI, as well as did job work for WWF, hanging up the boots in 1995, upon which he became an assistant trainer in WCW Power Plant. By the age of, I just got through eating. I hope my breath is all right. Anyway, by the year of 2000, his health was beginning to falter, and he had been placed on a transplant list for a new heart, but sadly, he wouldn't live long enough to receive one. He passed away with a heart attack at a hospital in Chattanooga, Tennessee. All right, Ric Flair, believe it or not, he spoke at a children's hospital in it's Chickamauga Elementary School in Georgia on Thursday, which either should have thrilled the heck out of those kids there if they knew who he was. If they didn't know who he was, they probably ran as fast as they would if I would have walked into the room. Right after Monday's Raw, by the way, Dolph Ziggler is going to be flying to Australia to do some promotional work for WWE. And The Miz revealed on this week's episode of WWE's Main Event that he will be in the 30-man Battle Royal Rumble match there at the pay-per-view. We noted before that WWE officials had discussed about Punk retaining the WWE title against The Rock at Royal Rumble and then give The Rock a win at the Elimination Chamber. Well, F4W Online kind of looked at it in another way, since The Rock on Raw swore to God that he would beat Punk in the Rumble, and the idea of Punk retaining the title would be nixed. It's kind of hard and a fast rule, but usually if you're a babyface and you guarantee by swearing to God that you're gonna win, you're gonna win. So don't put any money on any of that. Betting against him. Hey, Kevin Nash pulled out of this weekend's Hart Legacy Wrestling debut up in Canada. Noted that Nash's wife, I guess, has come down with the flu, and he's going to be putting family first after 23 years of business, which, about damn time. Kurt Hawkins returned to action last night's WWE SmackDown event, Anchorage, Alaska. He lost to Justin Gabriel. And as noted earlier, WWE has signed former Oregon State heavyweight Clayton Jack to a 3-year developmental deal. Anyway, Clayton will be training at NXT on January 24th. He told the OUBeavers.com, whatever that is, that he hopes to work as a heel. He said, I wouldn't mind playing a heel, which is, as a bad guy, but when you first start out, you kind of always likes the heel, but then you work your way to being a face, which is a good guy. And much as I want to be based on my personality, it's also based on how well I can sell the act. Act? What the hell is he talking about? Oh, by the way, former WWE star Dave Batista, now today 44 years old. Happy birthday! And WWE legend Ted DiBiase turned 59. That's not the one we see, or now we don't see, that gets injured all the time. That's a daddy. F4W Online reports that the script for the New Year's Eve edition of Raw, which was entitled Crappy New Year, WWE and TNA, both titles were scripts, even though those titles were never made public. Shh. Molly Holly gets the superstar spotlight on WWE's website today, and don't hear much out of her. And WWE legend superstar Billy Graham, he's back in the hospital with double pneumonia, which I thought he had a few years ago too. Graham has been feeling sick all week and thought it was just the flu. Don't say just the flu, man. That thing's been killing people. TNA is going to be holding a rare Friday night Impact taping, wrestling taping tonight from Impact Zone in Florida. They're going to be taping January 24th episode, likely part or all of the January 31st episode. So look for spoilers being leaked out big time. TNA is advertising the following for next week's Impact. Daniel's going to be taking on Jeff Hardy for the world title. Velvet Sky taking on Terra for the knockout title. Zema Ion and Katie King taking on Rob Van Dam, Christian York. And the fallout from from Taz joining Aces and Eights. Who would have thunk? Hogan leads a war on Aces and Eights. All right, Dolph Ziggler, Vicky Guerrero will be appearing at Fry's Electronics Store across Crossroads Park, Industry, California. Signing is open for the first 300 attendees. You ain't going to sign more than 300 now. Following matches, they were taped for tonight's SmackDown. It's going to be Kofi Kingston taking on Antonio Cesaro, which is usually good matches. Kane and Bryan and Orton taking on Barrett, Rhodes, and Sandow. And The Miz taking on Primo. Tensai taking on the Great Khali. I gotta see that. Oh. I think Khali's gonna chop his old bald head of Tensai. I don't know. Oksana versus Caitlyn. Show and Ziggler takes on Del Rio and Sheamus. And WWE announced today, and with Saban Brands, today they announced the half-hour weekly show, Saturday Morning Slam, is going to have a new start time, 10:30 p.m., or rather a.m., beginning of this Saturday on the CW Network. And WWE Morning Slam is a part of the Vortex on the CW and Saturday Morning Kids television block, reaching about 144 million U.S. television households, which is a good deal, but I don't know why they're changing the time. I'm not sure. That normally, when a primetime show starts getting their time changed or their zone a lot, you know, wherever they always were at, and that starts getting changed, means something's just not right, and that's not good. Anyway, WWE, I told you, signed NCAA All-American Heavyweight wrestler Clayton Jack to a 3-year developmental deal. Well, I hope it's going to take less than 3 years to see him. Jack was scouted last year by Gerald Briscoe after attending a tryout camp in Tampa, Florida, but turned it down because he wanted to complete his education at Oregon State University. And who would have thought anybody would want a better education? And now that he was granted, now that he's graduated, my fault, he has accepted the offer and will report to NXT later in the month to begin training. How quick was that college course? Whew. Anyway, he said just granted last. I never been able to go through college in a year. Of course, I'm a dumbass. So anyway, WWE is going to be doing a lot of production upgrades this month, leading up to WrestleMania 29. One of the upgrades is going to be that WWE is going to be purchasing the latest state-of-the-art HD television cameras to replace the company's existing equipment, which looked all right to me. But here's one of the reasons. There's also been talk of WWE once again experimenting with 3D technology. Last year, WWE negotiated with Fathom Event about showing a 3D version of WrestleMania in movie theaters. And but that deal with the company, was never reached with them. But anyway, Steve Austin's Redneck Island has been renewed for a 3rd season, and if you're interested in appearing on the show, if you're a redneck and on an island, visit redneckislandcasting.com. Maybe you can get on there. I'm just white as Sheamus, so I can't get on there. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.